Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? It's still bright and sunny here. It got up to 55 degrees, I think, today, so yay. Although this morning when I woke up, it was like 24 degrees. It was so cold, but it's warmed up nicely and it's really sunny. I hope y'all are getting some nice weather. I think this really bad weather is getting out of here, at least for maybe a week or so until some more cold weather comes. But I hear that California is going to be getting some rain pretty soon, so that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So hopefully the winds will die down, they'll get some rain, but not too much rain because we don't want any, landslides and all. Okay, you guys, there's so much going on with Trump. He is on a damn rampage. I mean, a rampage. It's like he's expecting the rug to be pulled out from under him, and he's just going to do as much damage as he can while he can. I don't know if y'all went and watched his speech or you watched it in real time when he was addressing the World Economic Forum. This man is such a narcissist. All he was talking about is me, 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 me. It was all about him. And of course, he did bash Biden by name. But all he did was pat himself on the back the whole time. But the good news is, and I do believe in my last video that I got that right, Trump cannot change the Constitution. He doesn't have a right to do that, and a judge blocked that executive order to end birthright citizenship. He said it was blatantly unconstitutional. So at least something is going in the right direction, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more. He's going to try to change so much. It's like, he's throwing all the spaghetti on the wall. Let's see what sticks. He's a crazy man. He really is. He's an out of control monster. That's the way I view him, an out of control monster. I don't know how anybody would vote for this man and think that what he's doing is good for the United States. So there's ICE raids now happening. I just heard about one in Chicago. ICE went to an elementary school, Hamlin Elementary. They tried to get access to the school. They were denied access by school officials. They didn't let them in, thank God. What were they going to do? Go arrest a child? Oh my God. I mean, now ICE is saying that didn't happen, but the school officials are saying, oh, yes, it did. Who do you believe? Yeah. It's really, the poor kids, it's so scary. The families must be terrified. I mean, just think, after getting that, then do you even want to let your kid go to school? Maybe that was the whole idea. Don't let your kids in school. They're just trying to put the fear in them. It's just sickening. It's terrible. We need to pray for all these people. God bless all the people that are being terrified and by this ICE, by this out of control Trump. God bless them and protect them. Ask the white light of the Holy Spirit to descend upon the people that are here, that are in fear, that are marginalized, that have no place to go, that are just trying to live a life. God bless them, and please protect them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Scary times we're living in. It really is. And I just heard just a while ago that Donald Trump is serious when says he wants to take over Greenland. He's serious. He really wants to do that. He had a heated phone call with Denmark's prime minister, and now Denmark is in crisis mode. Denmark's part of NATO. Won't NATO protect Denmark from the United States? I mean, is that crazy? That is just crazy. But the United States can't do anything. They can't do anything militarily without consensus for our senators and our House. They have to all agree on that, right? We can't he can't wave a magic wand and send troops over there to take over Greenland. I don't know what he's thinking, because I don't see that happening. I'm going to go to the dowsing rods and ask Spirit to answer a couple of questions right now. So remember, this is no, this is yes. I may have forgot to tell that last time I did the video. So they'll point this side, and both of them will point at the same time. I know everybody's different. Everybody their yes and no's are different, but when I talk to my Spirit team, this was yes, this is no. So we're going to stick with that. Okay, with love and gratitude, I call on my Spirit team and ask that all communication be for the highest good of all. And I ask Archangel Michael for your love, light, and protection. Thank you, Spirit team. I love you. Okay, let's go. The first question that I want to ask Spirit is, did ICE really try to gain access to Hamlin Elementary? Did ICE try to get into Hamlin Elementary? Yes, that's the truth. Okay. Will Trump be successful in taking over Greenland? Will he be successful in taking over Greenland? No. No. This could be just a ruse. Maybe they're doing other things, and that he's just trying to distract us with something big in the news, like Donald Trump's talking to Denmark and freaking them out, and they're doing other things. And that's usually the case with Trump. There's just so many things that Trump is doing that I can't even understand why anybody would back him, because he just has so many ideas that are so bad. Trump visited North Carolina, and I think he's going to California after that. But he wants to do away with FEMA. That he said they're not doing a good job, and he wants to give it over to the states. So I don't understand what he means. Now, does he mean that the states can directly ask for federal help instead of going through FEMA for the federal help? He's not really making it clear what he's saying. Or does he expect the state to foot the bill on everything? But he says he's going to end FEMA. He's going to disband it. He plans on, I think, maybe tomorrow, he's going to have an executive order or something trying to disband FEMA. People don't have enough. He can't do that, like that, because no matter what, there's nothing in place to take place of FEMA. What will take place in immediate crisis? What's going to take place of FEMA? What? What is? So, the states don't have anything in place. So I don't know what he's thinking. He doesn't care about anybody. It's maddening. It's just maddening. I think he's going to be impeached. I really believe he'll be impeached. I told y'all that in March things really get bad for him, and I didn't feel like he was gonna, make it after 6 months. So we'll see. Okay. So let's ask Spirit, will Trump successfully end FEMA? Will Trump successfully end FEMA? No, he won't. He can't do that. He can do a lot, but I don't think he'll be able to do that, because there's going to be so much pushback from it, and not only from the people, but from the senators and the House and all. They're all going to be listening to their constituents and know that there's nothing in place to take FEMA's place. So they're not going to be able to do that like he wants to. And I'm sure y'all saw in the news, even if you're not watching the news on cable, you're hearing it on YouTube, that Fauci got his security detail revoked by Trump. That Trump is so vindictive. He's so vindictive. Dr. Fauci has given his life to serving in the United States government. He's given his whole life. This man's in his 80s, right? He's at the end of his life and he should be living in peace. He's done everything he can to help and protect all of us and keep us healthy. And um, he's gotten so many death threats, him and his family. They've been harassed. And this is all because of Trump, right? Two people have already been arrested that were harassing him and giving him death threats. And Trump is vindictive because Fauci supported the mask mandate. Trump hated wearing a mask and he didn't want anybody wearing a mask. And Dr. Fauci said that that was something that needed to be done and he supported that mandate. Trump didn't like it. And also the vaccine, Trump fast-tracked the vaccines himself. And now he's blaming everything on Fauci, that he made all the vaccine mandates, that he caused all the lockdowns, that he caused all the school closures and everything because with his mandates. And so he, it made his presidency look bad because we went through a crisis at that time, and he feels like it was made even worse by Fauci's mandates. He didn't care how many people died. Fauci was trying to save lives. That's all he was doing. He was trying to keep us all safe. He was trying to save lives. It was a hard time for everybody, but Trump's presidency was affected very negatively because of that. With that was a terrible time to be a president, I'm sure, and especially for a man like Trump. But anyway, he blames all that on Fauci. It's all Fauci's fault. Think how many more people would have died if Dr. Fauci hadn't made those mandates. Masks are a good idea. In China, they were wearing masks a long, long, long time ago. You would see people on airplanes. If you ever flew even years ago, you would see people that are from different countries wearing masks because they're told that's how you protect yourself. Wear a mask. Makes sense, especially when you're on an airplane. Every time my daughter goes and she travels back and forth, goes to New York and everything, I always tell her, wear your mask on the plane because you're in a really small area. Everybody's coughing, sneezing, and where's it going to go? You're going to get something, so wear a mask. It's not a bad idea, right? And there was so much pushback from the Republicans on a mask, and my whole family is Republicans. They would not wear a mask. They would not. They took that what is it, ivermectin or something. They took that dewormer. They took it. I have to say it's not funny either because my sister's husband died of COVID. He died of COVID, but they wouldn't get the vaccine, and he died and she wouldn't wear a mask. She did not want to wear a mask. I mean, they were just screaming that they had to wear a mask in Walmart. I remember when the pandemic first started, it was a shock. It was a big shock, And my husband had open heart surgery. He had a quadruple bypass right when the pandemic hit, and I damn sure didn't want him to get COVID. That was before the vaccines had come out or anything. Everybody masked up. I remember when we had Thanksgiving out on my deck. And we had little tables for each family. We were all around each other, but this family had that table, this family had that table. So we were outside and eating, and we could enjoy each other and talk to each other, but we weren't sitting right next to each other, on top of each other in a tight little table. We did anything we could to protect my husband. That's what we needed to do. And I don't see why anybody wouldn't want to do that. That was for me, that was the most important thing at that time, was to protect my husband and make sure he didn't get COVID. So if I had to wear a mask, I'd wear a mask, and he'd wear a mask too. And I remember that we went to the grocery store and the doors were all closed, and there was a huge line outside to get into H-E-B. It was crazy. And they were wiping down each cart, giving people a mask, cleaning their hands, and then letting them go in. They were vigilant. They were really vigilant. But what they were doing was they were teaching us. They were teaching us, wipe your hands, clean your basket, wear your mask, and then go in. They did it for weeks. And then we all started doing it. We all started doing it on our own until things got better. But it was a crazy time. Anyway, I digress. So they say that Dr. Fauci did all this for his own financial gain. And I don't know, he had investments in masks or investments in the vaccine, and the vaccine was sold to the government, and he made tons of money. Well, that may be true. He may have made money, I don't know, but he may have made money on the vaccine. But does that mean he's compromised? Does that mean that he didn't want the good, good for the people? So let's see what Spirit has to say about that. Okay? That was a long way to get to this question, wasn't it? All right. So, did Dr. Fauci mislead the public during the pandemic for his own financial gain? Honestly, truthfully, Spirit. Did Dr. Fauci mislead the public during the pandemic for his own financial gain? No. Okay. One other question about Dr. Fauci. Is Dr. Fauci an honest man with integrity? Yes. Yes, he is. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Okay. Well, this is just Trump's way of retribution. That's the only thing he can do because Fauci's been pardoned, and so let's let somebody else hit him. Or he can spend all his money, on security detail for himself, even though he spent his whole life serving the government, and he should have security. He should be secure. His family should be secure. What if something happened to him or his family? God bless him. Ask for protection for Fauci and his family. Wouldn't that be terrible if something happened to him after he pulled the security detail? Now, the big thing that's going on is Trump has pardoned all the January 6th insurrectionists, and there's so much pushback from that. There's so much because they did horrendous things. Some of those people had explosives. Some of them, they beat officers. They did horrible, horrible things, and they were tried in a court of law, and they had, they have them on film. They have them on video. Their behavior is on video. And now Trump is saying it doesn't matter, because that's his militia, that's his fighting team, and he wants his militia back, and he wants to grow it because he's going to say, I want to grow. I will pardon you. Don't worry, I'm there for you. Although some of them were in jail for the last 4 years, so I hope they appreciate that pardon and all. But they did that and took 4 years of their lives and put it in the dumpster, took time away from their family and all. For what? For what? For Trump? He wouldn't do that for you. He wouldn't even do nothing for you. Nothing. So the Oath Keeper, that Stuart Rhodes, he was released. That's that guy with the eye patch. He's a scary looking dude, man. He really is. But he was pardoned. And, his family has testified against him and everything. Don't you know that they're scared to death? They are scared to death of him because he's a crazy person. When I was doing a meditation right before I started this, I saw Stuart Rhodes. He's taking something for entertainment purposes, okay? He's taking something, and this is what it looks like, okay? So I don't know if it's a drug or what. I remember taking BC powder. Remember they're in a little paper. They used to be in a little paper. I don't know if they still have them anymore, but I used to. When I'd get a headache, I would take BC powder. And it's in a little paper. You put it on your tongue, and then you swallow some water with it. I used to take them all the time, and the doctor told me to stop doing that, that it was pure aspirin, and I was going to have my stomach removed. But when I would get a headache, I mean, it would relieve your headache like that. It was fast, and I'd get a headache and BC powder. But that's what I see. I see him. It's something white, and it's in a long little tube-like thing, and it's a powder that he's taking. I don't know what this is, but that's what I'm being shown. Okay, so his family's terrified of him. And he's even more radicalized than he was when he went into prison. He's been there for 4 years. Um, he can do whatever he wants to. He can even go buy a gun, anything, anything. And he made a speech when he got out. He said, I have zero regrets. Zero regrets. I've learned nothing. I spent 4 years of my life, and he would have stayed there for many, many more years. He probably would have perished in prison, but he has no regrets, and that's really scary. Somebody that has no regrets, and he's ready to go fight some more. So, hopefully some of them learned their lesson and decided they don't want to mess around and fight for Trump anymore. I hope so. That guy Reddit, I think his name Reddit, does that ring a bell? He was pardoned, and his son Jackson has testified against him, and he's scared to death of his father too. But when his father got out of jail, he said a message to my son Jackson, I love you. I don't know if he forgives him, but he said, I love you. And Jackson's scared to death of him, and he said, it may be a while before I can speak to my father. It might be a while. I've got to see what he's doing, and because they think he's more radicalized also. So he doesn't really want to have anything to do with his father yet, but he has stated several times in interviews that he thinks his father has mental health issues, and that's what's going on with him. And let's ask Spirit. Let's ask Spirit. Okay, Spirit. Does Guy Reffitt have mental health issues that attributed to his actions on January 6, 2021? Wow, that was fast. Yes, he's got mental health issues. He does. So let's ask this. Did Guy Reffitt have any mental health care while he was in prison? Did he get any kind of mental health care? Yes. Well, good. Good. Maybe he's on a better road now. I hope he's not more radicalized. Perhaps he's, maybe, I don't know what they did with him, but hopefully he's in a better state of mind and a better place now that he's gotten some care. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I've been busy. My husband's cooking today. Thank goodness. He cooked yesterday too. I think he's going to take over the cooking. I wish he would. I wish that would be his job now, because I'm working all the time and I have to stop and have to go cook something, make sure he's had lunch and all this. And he cooked cutlet, Iranian style cutlet. It's good. It's ground beef with onion, saffron, and cooked mashed potatoes all in, and you make a patty at the shape of my hand, and you try to make it kind of thin. It's a cutlet. So when I make it, I can make it kind of thick, and I roll it in breadcrumbs, and it's crunchy on the outside. It's so good. But my husband, when he makes his, he just fries the meat. He doesn't roll it in breadcrumbs, because he said, you're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, but it makes it taste better. Everything that I do, I cook all Iranian style, but it's always slanted with a little bit of an American slant to it, And he says, you mess up every recipe. And I said, yeah, but you like it. I enhance the recipe. I don't mess it up. But he made a whole bunch of them. It's just been me and him. My daughter and her son have been spending time at her ex-husband's house. He's out of town, so she's been staying over there with her kids. So it must be really nice for her. It must feel like she's gone home. Anyway, so it's just been me and Johnny here, and he's making food for an army. I ate those cutlets 2 days in a row, and uh, today he said, "Do you want a cutlet for lunch?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." I had a bowl of oatmeal, y'all. He's like, "What are you getting?" "I'm getting oatmeal. I'm making oatmeal in the microwave. I'm done with the cutlets." He don't make them as good as I do. I have to say, he does not make them as good as I do. You know, what you're used to, you're used to. And of course, he won't admit that, but I think he likes mine too. Tonight, he is making food, but it's for tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to eat tonight. He's making gourmet sabzi. Now, if you're Iranian or you know somebody that's Iranian, then you've eaten gourmet sabzi. That's one of their staples. He absolutely loves gourmet sabzi. It's um, it's it's a bunch of green cilantro, fenugreek, green onion, dill. It's a bunch of green. You make it with stew meat and kidney beans, onions. There's a bunch of different spices and stuff in there, and it's made like a stew that you eat over rice. A lot of their foods are like that. They're like a stew that you eat over rice, but it's one of their very special foods that he absolutely loves it. Um, he could eat it like every week, and for a while he was making it so often. You know, when you eat some food all the time, you kind of get tired of it. I kind of lost my taste for it a little bit. When he said, "I'm going to make gourmet sabzi," I'm like, okay, whatever. All right. If you have to. I mean, it's good, but just I don't know. I kind of lost my taste for it. He kind of burned me out on it. He made it too many times and kind of burned me out on it. This man loves to eat. I mean, it's his whole purpose in life right now is eating. I'm not kidding you. He'll eat lunch and he's thinking about what we're going to have for dinner. And such a strain on me. And I think he doesn't even understand. That is such a strain on me. I'm working at my computer. I'm here, I'm doing things at least 8 hours a day, at least. And usually I'm doing things all until the night. And I have to stop and take care of him. So I'm like, you do the cooking. I'm not going to tell him that. I'm not going to say you do the cooking, but hopefully he'll just decide that, you know, it's so important for him what he eats. And to me, I don't care. He makes gourmet sabzi, that's fine. Even if I don't have that much of a taste for it, I'll eat it. That's fine. Even if his cutlet wasn't as good as mine, I'll eat it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm easily satisfied, and I'm not worried about what I'm going to eat. I can find a bowl of oatmeal. That's fine. But he wants something elaborate. If you don't sweat over his meal, he's not happy. Y'all know what I mean, right? You know what I'm talking about. You guys, I've been videotaping Addie Cat. You've seen Addie Cat and Frasier. They're playing. They get really rough sometimes, and what happens is Frasier just chases her around. I mean, y'all don't see it all, but he just chases her around until he gets her attention, and she'll start wrestling around with him. She's like, leave me alone, until she's like frustrated with him, and she'll say, okay, I'm gonna kick your ass. And then she'll go after him, and he loves it. He loves it. He just lays on his back and he lets her just jump on him and everything. He's a man. He's a glutton for punishment. But today, the other cat, my daughter's other cat, was on the tower. So we have a cat tower that I got for Addie Cat when we first got Addie Cat when she was 4 months old. So it's like 4 years ago now. I got this tower right away. I got her a tower because I wanted her to feel safe because we have dogs in the house. So I got a really tall tower, and it's big. It's got like 3 different tower tops on it. It's got 2 boxes. Anyway, her name is Shifu, the other cat. She's a black cat. She's 14 years old, I believe. And she's not a friendly cat with other cats. not with other animals either. She's friendly with us. You know, she loves to be pet. She's very sweet. She comes out and she's like a dog. She begs for food. She wants to eat scraps off the floor. You know, as soon as we're eating, she comes and sits beside me right by the dogs and begs for food. The other cats don't do that. They won't eat people food, but she will, and she's really fat. She's a real fat cat. So she was out today, and my husband, I've told y'all before, he loves to rearrange the furniture, and he rearranged the cat tower. He put the cat tower on a different side of the window. It was on the right. He put it on the left. And Shifu, the 14-year-old cat, she liked that, you know. She for the first time I saw her get up on the tower and she went into the low box, and the low box is a really big long box, so she fit in it 'cause she's a big cat. And she was in there asleep. She was a happy camper. And Addie Cat stays in here. She's asleep in here with us. So when we go out in the morning, Shifu's out there on her tower. She did not like it, y'all. She does not share well. But she won't do anything to Shifu because Shifu would kill her. Shifu don't put up with no shit. No shit from a dog, no shit from a cat. She will kill somebody. And she's a big cat, you know, so the dogs stay away from her. My 125-pound dog, he's scared of her. She's a force to be reckoned with. So she's in there, and Addie Cat is just like looking at her. She gets up a little higher than her, and then she puts her paw, like she's pawing her, and you can hear a low growl, and she's kind of swipes. That Addie Cat could not get over her being on her tower. She just couldn't get over it. And I put her up on the high part. I took her and I put her up on the high part of the tower. I said, just leave Shifu alone. Get up there. Oh, hell no. She came back down. She laid face to face with Shifu. I mean, face to face. Because we have a coffee table that's pulled up right next to it. I'm going to make a video and put it all together. I videoed a bunch of it. She just got there and laid right next to Shifu. And she would be like, put her little paw, and then be like, she'd try to paw her ear, you know, and that Shifu, I wasn't videoing when she did it, but Shifu swiped at her and just scared the crap out of her, and she ran away for a little while and then came back. She just couldn't get over it. She's just not good at sharing. That's the reason why I keep my door shut when we go to bed at night, because Frazier wants to come in here and he wants to sleep on my bed too, but she will not sleep in here. If the door's open and Frazier comes in here, she will leave. She does not share Mama and Daddy with anybody. You want them, you can have them. I'm done. I'm out of here. So she's not good. But I'm gonna piece together this video. It was so funny how she was just, you can see her staring at Shifu. Shifu could give a rat's ass. She's like, I don't care if you don't like it or not, get over it. And Shifu's just going to sleep, you know. She's very confident. She's not worried about any cat or dog bothering her at all. And they know it too. Everybody, she was afraid, Addie Cat was afraid to walk in front of her. You know, she was just like arcing around, walking way around her. But I'm going to make a video, so y'all look for it. It'll probably be out tomorrow. Anyway, I've chatted y'all up enough. Thank you for listening to me and tuning in. I appreciate it. You guys just keep your prayers coming for the people that are in harm's way and that are all affected by Trump's executive orders. This man's going to ruin our country. I don't understand why anybody would think that what he's doing is good for our country. But, you know, I guess all the MAGA crowd is going to find out. They're all going to find out. Okay, you guys, if you'd like to get a tarot reading with me, a healing session, chakra balancing, I'm thinking about, I did a healing session for my husband last night. He's having some kind of side pain, and it's probably from sleeping the wrong way or something. And I did a healing session for him, and he's feeling a lot better today. So it's been bothering him for the last 2 or 3 days. So hopefully he's doing well. But if you need a healing session, I'm happy to do that for you, or energy cleanse. Some people, you know, you feel like there's something in your house and it just doesn't feel right, and you just need to cleanse it. So you can do that yourself, but if you need some help, let me know. Okay? All right, guys, take care. I will talk to you again hopefully tomorrow. Okay? All right. It's Friday, right? It's Friday. I can't believe it. It's Friday already. My days are just all mixed up. Tomorrow's Saturday, so I don't know. Maybe I won't talk to you on Saturday, but hopefully I will. All right. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. And bye for now.